Hi, I'm John Teaford with Green Steel Environmental. One of the tools in our toolkit to help heal our environment is upcycling. Upcycling is when we take a used or waste material and we repurpose it for a use that's more valuable than it was in its original state. At Green Steel Environmental, we are using upcycling to disrupt a $2 billion hazardous chemicals market in the wastewater treatment industry. The core of our raw material is a waste product from steel slag. We take this low-value byproduct, we process it, and we sell it to wastewater treatment plants, where our customers, who are industrial and municipal operators of wastewater treatment plants, use this in replacement of hazardous chemicals to remove important contaminants out of the wastewater. Our material is as effective as the chemicals that we replace. It is environmentally beneficial, so the more of our material that's used, the better off the environment is, and it is less expensive. The unit economics associated with using a waste product to replace expensive chemicals in wastewater treatment means that we can both save our customers money and earn a substantial gross profit ourselves. So our team consists of 2 longtime C-level executives. We have a college professor and a graduate student working with us. Our customer acquisition efforts have included exhibiting at 8 trade shows across the country, where we've spoken to hundreds of customers. And we have 4 customers that are actively considering a full-scale implementation of our material, and a number of other customers that are eagerly awaiting the results of our first full-scale implementation. We have 1 patent that's been issued and a 2nd patent application that's been filed. And at the end of last year, we closed on a $900,000 seed round financing that was led by the Rockies Venture Club. And now we're raising $200,000 to finish that round. So thank you very much, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Excellent. Doing two-sided marketplaces is notoriously challenging, particularly when you're moving physical object between those marketplaces. How are you going to solve that?
So how are we going to transport the material from our customers, from our source location to our customers?
While setting up a two-sided marketplace.
So the material can be purchased at pretty much any steel mill around the country. So steel slag is ubiquitous at steel mills. It's the big pile of black rocks that you'd find outside of a steel mill. So we'll buy that from the steel mills, we'll process it, and we'll sell it to our customers at the wastewater treatment plants, where they will use it as a consumable material. And so we have a source of supply, and then we'll use trucking. We'll use intermodal trucking initially, typically with full truckloads shipping to our customers' locations.
If it's a byproduct, why are you paying for it? Why can't you just, is it just otherwise disposed of? What's the alternative for the steel producer?
So steel slag is used if you have a gravel driveway and you live near a steel mill. It's probable that your top coat on your driveway is steel slag. Parts of steel slag can be used to make asphalt. It can be used as the large rocks in between railroad ties, so it has a couple of uses.
There is a market.
There's a market for it, but it's very inexpensive.
Okay, and how do you know what your unit economics are going to work for you?
So we've negotiated a purchase commitment with a steel mill here in Colorado to satisfy what we think will be our first couple of customers, and we've worked out how much it's going to cost us to rent the equipment to process it for our initial loads of material.
Where does your business model not work?
Where does it not work? Well, it gets more expensive to ship to customers who live further away from steel mills. So it's more expensive if you get too far away from a steel mill. There are steel mills in most of the 50 states, but not all of them. And so our primary competition are 3 hazardous chemicals: ferric chloride, aluminum sulfate, and ferric sulfate. And those are manufactured at different places around the U.S. As we get closer to those manufacturing points, we'll have less of a cost advantage, but we typically, I believe we're going to have a perpetual cost advantage over the competition. So it also works best closest to regulations that affect phosphorus levels. Phosphorus is the primary contaminant we pull out of wastewater. And so places that have more phosphorus regulations are typically better environments for us.
Does that mean that because of the expense of shipping it, do you need a processing facility within a certain radius of every customer or steel mill?
Yeah, so we'll be sourcing new supply relationships everywhere we open up a new customer.
Right, but you would need a processing facility in each one of those locations?
We would, yeah.
Does that change the economics, or how does it
a little bit. We can rent most of the equipment that we need to process the material, and so Our plan is to rent the equipment, process enough to satisfy a customer for 6 months or a year, and then repeat that operation every time we need a new source of supply.
All right, excellent. And then one last thing, John, how can people reach out to you if they want to contact
Sure,
you?
www.greensteelenvironmental.com. You can find us there.
Excellent. Thanks,
Thank
John.
you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.